The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Thank you. Huh? That's kind of an odd number, isn't it? 5, 6, 7. And the stairs come up. Oh, wow, that is... You definitely described it well. This is cold. Are we back in a prison?
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
That's human
but
nature.
I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
I haven't seen the 3 dots in this level yet, but I assume that was his signature.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
I don't know, if he couldn't create it anymore, then there's nothing he can do to fix that. You didn't. That's him. If he can't create, you can't create. It's a loss, but you have to learn to live with the loss. Dear Davy, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. Wow.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Whoa.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? So this started before you started showing his games. The lampposts were way beyond that. This is not your fault. You influenced, but that's what creativity is supposed to be. You take outside influences. If there wasn't outside influences, they'd be the same.
And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? But we want to make them into something. That's what gameplay is. That's why there's a player and a creator. We affect the game. When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. You didn't do anything wrong. There's not going to be a handle on the door, is there? Yeah.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wow. Epilogue. Are we at a train station now? Can we move on? There's no trains arriving. This was a lot sadder than I thought it was.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
I'm starting to wonder, did this actually happen, or are you just trying to make a statement? Because you got it across, as clumsy as it was. I guess all I can do is move on and let you tell me what's happening. Because as much as I want to say I'm in control of games, in the end, the game designer is.
Solution.
So what is the solution? Is there a solution? Does there need to be a
someone
solution?
had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Well, the only mistake you made was assuming something and then telling other people that that's the facts. They might not be facts. They're your opinion, and they are valid, but they are your opinion. That's a simple, easy mistake
Even
to
now,
make.
the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think about yourself. If you can get past that need for acceptance, that's all you need in life. Wow. This is just ominous. It's sad. I did not expect this game to be so sad.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Well, just because you can't conceive of it doesn't mean it's not possible. It's daunting, but you have to try.
What now?
Move on. Be yourself. Do not try to be something else. The worst thing you can do in your life is lie to yourself.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm...
You have nothing to make up
just
for.
Gonna...
Just don't try.
Okay.
Are we going back to that first map? Did we just traverse backwards through the creative process? I don't know. I don't know what to think of this game. I'm glad I experienced it, but again, this is a game filled with artists' ideas, and I can't say that I get it because I'm not the artist. And that doesn't invalidate the work. That just means I can't delve deeply into somebody that I don't know, as much as I would like to. As the narrator said, I want to know what you think when you make these games. But you can't really know that, can you? Because you're not making the games. You're interacting with them, which gives you more than other forms of media. But in the end, it's still created by that person. That basic idea of what's going on. And that conflicts with my personal ideas of how interactive this medium is. Because as much as I understand this, what it's trying to say, I still believe that the interaction between player and creator is important. If you don't want the interaction, then it becomes art. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's separate, if it's a static piece, it doesn't grow into a game. So maybe he wasn't making games. Maybe he was just making art. I guess the last thing I can do is just turn off the whisper machine. And be done with it. Nothing. An infinite maze. I feel abandoned. I feel like the world inside this video game is empty. It has no substance. There was nothing there. It was designed to serve one purpose, and I failed to see what that purpose was. But that doesn't mean it's not valid. If this was supposed to be a look into the creative process, then yeah. Creativity is hard.
Turn back. Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
It's like a very strange classroom of some sort. I'm assuming that's cursive sadism. Looks like sadism is a name, and somebody signed their name. What am I doing up here? Sit in the teacher's seat? Aha! You all learn from me. I'm still alive and you're dead. Since you're dead, there's no reason to teach you. So, why am I up here? What's the point of this?